What's up, everybody? It is Amrinder Singh. Today, I'm gonna teach you a very interesting thing. So, this is about verb, all right? Like, there is a verb, some verbs when we use in past, two different ways in the past. When you translate both ways in English, is only one meaning, all right? But in Punjabi, it has two meanings. That's why it's very interesting. So, in English, you have only one option. You can explain these sentences to understand. There's no direct translation, all right? And you don't find these kind of things in books. I'm 100% sure there's nothing in the books. And even it's very hardly you would learn from any teacher, because that's different. Like, it's not like a normal like a sentences, but we use these sentences a lot. So if you're a beginner, if you are intermediate level or advanced level, all you're gonna get benefit from this, because if you're a beginner, you at least know, okay, this is also exists these kind of things in Punjabi. If you intermediate level, you can understand, you can use it in your own. Maybe if it's hard for you to use, then you can only understand, at least you will understand when somebody is talking about this thing, you will understand, all right? If you're advanced level, you can also use, you can understand, you can use these kind of sentences, all right? So, for example, if I give you an example before I go in deep, let's say this is verb we're going to describe today, dena. It means to give, all right? Dena, to give. In the past, we said ditta, all right? It means gave, ditta. Okay, so this word ditta you would see in the books. Maybe there's a couple of sentences. For example, kal main tenu seb ditta. Yesterday I gave you an apple. Kal main tenu seb ditta, right? There's another sentence. Kal main tenu seb deta. Now the verb ditta, I said data, all right? And this thing data you won't find in the books. It's only data, all right? Data. Now, if I translate both sentences, मैं कल तेनु save ਦਿੱਤਾ, मैं तेनु कल save data, the difference only is data and data at the end, which is a verb. It's same translation in English, all right? It's same translation. That's why it's interesting. The translation is same, but the meaning is different in Punjabi. All right. In English, maybe it turned to one meaning if you want to explain or translate this sentence, but in Punjabi, it has two meanings. That's why we need an explanation in English to describe these two sentences. But if you only translate it in one sentence, yeah, it's only one meaning. All right. And that's what I'm going to do today. All right. So before I start this class into deep, so I want to let you know is if you want to take private classes from me, you want to learn colloquial Punjabi, like a street talk Punjabi, you can contact me through my email, through Telegram, whatever. All the links are in the description. All right. If you want one-on-one class from me, yeah, you can contact me. So that's what I teach. These kind of stuff in like a colloquial stuff, street talk, which didn't exist in the books. So it's like a real language, the way people use everyday life. So yeah. Anyway, so today I'm gonna explain this word dena. It means to give. I'm gonna explain past, future, present, and other conditional sentences. All right. And that's what I'm gonna do. It's the kind of new series when I'm gonna explain to you the verbs in different way, how we use them differently, and it's gonna be very interesting. If you have any suggestion, if you want, and let me know in the comment if you're listening it on YouTube, comment me which verb you want me to explain next. All right, in all forms. Okay, let's start now. This verb dena. So dena means a give. All right. Let's say you want to use it in future. All right. Just say you want to say, I will give you money. I will give you money. So I would say मैं तेनू पैसे देऊंगा. मैं तेनू पैसे देऊंगा. तेनू means you. You can also use ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ or ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ, whatever. So I use deunga. So this verb dena become deunga. All right, deunga. Some people say demanga. मैं तानु पैसे देमांगा is different. So basically, in the future, it's going to be like a deunga, denege. If it's a plural, like a o. If I'm using o as a plural, o paise denege, मैं पैसे देऊंगा. If it's a girl, she will say मैं पैसे देऊंगी. All right. O पैसे देऊगा, o पैसे देऊगी, तुम पैसे देंगा. So you can notice this pattern or in past. It's like a ge, like देऊंगा. All right. देंगे, देऊगा, देऊगी. So it's a gi or ga. All right. This is basically the future, the way we will use this verb. Dena become देऊगा. All right. Or if you said मैं ਉਹਦੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਦੇਣੇ ਆ, all right, or ਮੈਂ ਤੇਰੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਦੇਣੇ ਆ. ਉਹਦੇ means his or her. uh ਤੇਰੇ means yours, all right. When I say मैं ਤੇਰੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਦੇਣੇ ਆ, it means I owe you money. You know, I have money, I have to give to you. देने ਆ. So this verb, if I keep the same way, देना. So here we use देने आ because the money is a plural. It's not one, it's not single, it's a multiple number, all right. मैं तेरे पैसे देने हैं. It means I owe you money and I have to give you, right? If say I will give you money, then like मैं तेनू पैसे दूंगा. So this is the difference. देना, I use देने as a plural, all right? When I had obligation, I keep the verb same. देने, I only make, instead of देना, I use देने because it's a plural. I keep the same thing. But in the future, I say देऊंगा, all right? देऊंगा. So again, when it's a dena, so it could be a deni if I'm talking about something feminine word like मैं तैनू चाह देनी है. All right, I want to give you tea. The tea, cha is feminine. I said deni. I said use पैसे because it's plural like a dena. If it's apple, seb, I say मैं तैनू सेब देना. So it means I want to offer you, or it could mean obligation when we keep the same verb dena. All right. Now, okay, there's another way, dinda. All right. मैं ਉਹਨੂੰ ਰੋਜ਼ ਪੈਸੇ ਦਿੰਨਾ, or ਦਿੰਦਾ. ਦਿੰਦਾ is going to be different, like ਉਹ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਰੋਜ਼ ਪੈਸੇ ਦਿੰਦਾ. ਉਹ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਰੋਜ਼ ਪੈਸੇ ਦਿੰਦਾ. Now this verb ਦੇਣਾ becomes ਦਿੰਦਾ. All right. If it's a girl, then we say dindi. All right. So rose means every day. If you're talking about your routines or regular thing, you have to give them, not have to, like you do it regularly, maybe to your kid or your brother. All right. Not necessarily every day. It could be like every month, whatever, right? So that time you use this verb dinda. All right. O onu roj paise dinda. O means he, onu means him. He gave him money every day. All right. So dinda. If I use मैं, I said dinna. मैं dinna o dinda. If I'm talking about regular activity, all right, like routines, something like that, then if I'm using मैं, like a first pronoun मैं or ਅਸੀਂ, and if I'm using third pronoun, like if I'm using second pronoun like a तुम ਤੁਸੀਂ, yeah, I won't say dinda, I will say dinna, like मैं dinna, ਅਸੀਂ ਦਿੰਨੇ. If I use ਅਸੀਂ ਦਿੰਨੇ, तुम ਦਿੰਨਾ. So you notice the last sound is na, dinna or dinne, all right, like that. But if I'm using third pronoun o, then I say dinda. If it's plural, o dinde, o dinde. If it's feminine, I say o dindi. All right. I explain it a lot. I think you can find, I don't know which lesson I describe. I think I describe this thing in present simple tense when we talk about routines. So why use dinna instead of dinda when I'm using मैं, तुम, ਤੁਸੀਂ? Not ਤੁਸੀਂ, like, yeah, मैं, तुम, ਤੁਸੀਂ, ਅਸੀਂ. So why I'm using dinna? Because if it's a two-letter verb, so we translate da sound to na sound. Dinda. I make dena if I'm using these pronouns. Make sure you listen to my podcast, that one, then you would understand why I use dena. So again, what we are learning here, you need to know, all right? First of all, it's going to be a little bit long class or lesson. Yeah, if you listen first time, you don't need to take pen. Maybe you're driving or whatever you're doing. Just like observe what I'm saying, all right? If you find it interesting, you want to learn something, then you can bookmark it or download it. Then you can get back to it later, all right? So, okay, I'm teaching you these verbs, how they change in different scenario, all right? So, dinda or dinna, dindi, these kind of stuff is when you talk about routines. All right, you do some kind of regular things. When you say deunga, deungi, then it means future. When you say dena, it means you want to or you have obligation. These kind of situation. And if you're gonna talk about in continuous tense, like he's giving him money, then you say o onu paise de raha hai. It's a formal or onu paise de raha, right? So here, dena becomes de, all right? So become de reha, all right? Reha basically describe a continuous tense. The verb dena becomes only de. So you eliminate nouns on dena, all right? But this is not the most common way we use it. Sometimes we use this way, but mostly there's two ways to describe continuous tense. One is a malwa way, like de. O onu paise de yanda, like he is giving him money. O ਉਹਨੂੰ ਪੈਸੇ ਦੇਈ ਜਾਂਦਾ. Now the verb ਦੇਣਾ becomes ਦੇ. And ਜਾਂਦਾ, why we use ਜਾਂਦਾ here? We use in this situation ਜਾਂਦਾ or ਜਾਨਾ. I explained this thing, ਜਾਂਦਾ and ਜਾਨਾ. If you're using ਮੈਂ, ਤੂੰ, ਤੁਸੀਂ, then we say ਜਾਨਾ, ਜਾਨੇ, basically na sound at the end, na ne sound at the end. If you use third, like third, third person, like a third pronoun, o, singular plural, then we say like janda jandi, something like that. So this janda or jana thing, it describe a continuous tense in a Malba accent or Malba dialogue, right? O onu paise dei janda, like he's giving him money, all right? Now in Madhya so they would say o onu paise den dia. O onu paise den dia. O means he, onu means him, paise means money, den means again give. So dena become here den. Dena turn to den. Dea. Dea, alright? Dea. So dea in Madhya dialogue is like a continuous tense. Right? He is giving him money. Onu paise den dea. O onu paise den dea. In Malba accent, which is most popular, it's like a o onu paise de janda. Alright? So, okay, these are the two way. So you can see these verbs dena, how it's changing indifferently, all right? Okay, let's talk about the most interesting thing. You all are beating Ditta and Dena. So in the past, okay, so if you are telling me, just like you're telling me you give money somebody, all right? Let's say you give money to David, right? You say, yesterday I gave money to David. You say, man, David nu paise ditte, all right? मैं David ਨੂੰ ਪੈਸੇ ਦਿੱਤੇ, alright? So it means you gave money to David. But in another situation, if you say मैं David ਨੂੰ ਪੈਸੇ ਦੇਤੇ, alright? Now it's different. How is it different? When you say ਦਿੱਤੇ, so it means you gave him money. This thing only tells me you gave him money, alright? When you say dete, so it means you give it all, like you done it, you done giving him, right? So it means you are not gonna give him more. When you say dete, alright, it means you are not gonna give him more. So maybe like you owe him some money, so you paid off all, you said dete, or maybe you just helped him with the money, but it means you're not gonna help him anymore. You said dete, all right? Or maybe let's say I'm asking you like तुम पैसे देते, you say हाँ देते. So it means you're done. When you say देते, yeah, it just only describe you gave him money, all right? For same thing like advice, all right? Advice, if you wanna say I gave him advice, then you can say like मैं ਉਹਨੂੰ ਸਲਾਹ ਦਿੱਤੀ, Salah means advice. Main onu means him. Salah ditti. So now what it tells me? It tells me you give him advice, like just normal give. But if you say main onu salah deti, now it means you give him like advice. It means you're not willing to like give him again. You just done with it. Yeah. So that's why most likely we would say like we would use this sentence kind of more like I would say ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਸਲਾਹ ਦੇਤੀ ਇਹ ਹੁਣ ਉਹਦੀ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਆ ਮੰਨੇ ਚਾਹੇ ਨਾ ਮੰਨੇ ਇਹ ਹੁਣ ਉਹਦੀ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ means choice. So basically it means I give him advice. Now it's up to him if he wants to follow it or don't follow it, right? So when you say deti, so why would you using here deti instead of data? Because the salah which is advice, this is a feminine word, all right? Because it's feminine word, that's why we just say deti instead of data. So again, when you say deti, so it describes something like you basically did it, like you're not willing to do anymore, right? It means like you are saying to me like you gave him advice. Now it's up to him if he wants to follow it or not follow. It means you are not gonna explain to him again. You're not trying to give him any advice. When you say "Main salah ditti yesterday," it's just you telling me you give him advice. You can give him again. It doesn't explain like a more. When you say deti, it explain more deeper. All right. So it means you did it. Like you was basically you're tired of him. That's it. You give it to him. Now you're done with this thing. It's up to him. All right. So that's why deti and ditti. All right. But if you want to translate normally, is yeah. So there's no sentence, right? So in English, you have to explain these two sentence difference. All right. If you want to just translate one in one sentence, it's only like I gave him advice. All right. मैं ਉਹਨੂੰ ਸਲਾਹ ਦਿੱਤੀ or ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਸਲਾਹ ਦੇਤੀ. Translate, I gave him advice. But it's not the same thing. All right. So you have to basically explain it to in English. So that's why if you've heard this word data or ditta, it has two different meanings in Punjabi. All right. And that's why it's so interesting, you know. You don't learn it through the books. You most likely don't learn it going to through a teacher because they focus on the formal. But it's kind of hard for you because if you're beginner, it's hard. It's going to be overwhelming you. But if you're intermediate level, you can really get benefit from this. Even if you're the beginner, you can at least aware of this. That's what's going to like happen to you when you learn more. At least you know it. It's also gonna give benefit. If you're intermediate level, you can speak a little bit Punjabi or you can understand some Punjabi. It's really good for you to basically learn new things so you can understand when somebody say ditta or data, there's two different things. Again, if you want to talk about the obligation, then say like if you want to say I have to give him money, all right, you have obligation, then you say ਮੈਨੂੰ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਪੈਸੇ ਦੇਣੇ ਪੈਣਗੇ. Now you keep the verb same ਦੇਣੇ. Now you say ਪੈਣਗੇ because ਪੈਣਗੇ describe the obligation, all right? All other verbs, other way is just like yeah, it is basically you're going to use other things. Like here we say ਪੈਣਗੇ. In past you say ਮੈਨੂੰ ਦੇਣੇ ਪਏ. Like I had to give him money in the past. So the things going to be changed like ਪਿਆ ਪੈਣਗੇ or ਚਾਹੀਦਾ means you should give him money, something like that. ਤੈਨੂੰ ਪੈਸੇ ਦੇਣੇ ਚਾਹੀਦੇ or something like that. So yeah, the end basically the helper verb is going to change, but the main actual verb is going to be like that. Like dena, dene, deni is like an actual verb. You use it when you say you wants to give him money. Maybe you could have some kind of obligation or you wants to give them. You in the future use a deunga, like a deungi as a girl or deuga, something like that in the future. In like in the present when you have some kind of routine, you have to do it or you just do it, not you have to like you say dinda or roj paise dinda main ਉਹਨੂੰ ਪੈਸੇ ਦਿੰਨਾ dinda or dinna dindi or dinni dinde or dinne, something like this is basically for your routines you do And continuous tense, like when he is giving you money or you are giving him money, then it's going to be like a dei janda kari, not kari. Kari means doing, like a all paise dei janda. Now this verb dena become a dei, all right, in a Malwa accent or Malwa dialogue. In a Madhya dialogue, like a den dea ka, all right, all paise den dea, all paise den dea, like that. In standard way kind of formal, so that a de rahi ya dena becomes a de, all right, all paise de rahi ya, all paise de rahi, like that. And in past, it's ditta or data. All right. Ditta or data. Two different things. All right. So, anyway, this word was dena I describe in different ways. I hope you learned something new today and let me know if you knew it already or not. Because most of the people don't knew it. Even if you're using this way, because a lot of Punjabi people, they are I asked two of my friends, um, they're using this stuff because they're native Punjabi people, but they don't know. And let me know if you're using this just naturally, but you didn't know it. And yeah, and if you didn't use it, you didn't know, let me know in the comments. I would really appreciate it. And in next class, I'll be back with another topic, like another verb, and let me know if you want to describe me any verb you are confused. I'm gonna describe that verb. Otherwise, I'm gonna pick by myself. So I hope you enjoy this class or this lesson. I'll be back with another lesson another day.